If you don't have studio lights but you want your videos to look professional and clean, CapCut has a feature that nobody is talking about. And when you use it the right way, it can completely change your lighting in seconds. Let me show you what it looks like before and after. So this video right here, you can see just a plain background, a little bit of light behind it, but nothing too crazy. Now look at this video right here. I have the lights behind it. I never had a red in it before, but now I have more depth in my office and it just looks way more clean, way more professional. Even the light and how it hits on my face. Oh, and you see where I'm at right now? Well, watch this. I'm able to do it right now as well in this video just to show you the difference from what it looked like before to what it looks like now. Now I'm going to share with you how you can do this on your own, super easy in CapCut. And again, I can't believe no one is talking about this. So let's dive into it. All right, now I'm in the desktop version of CapCut. You can do this on the mobile version. However, I found that it's a little bit more tedious and sometimes it doesn't come out as clean as I want. For the best quality, I highly recommend do it on desktop. So right here, this first video that you see, this first clip, this is the original, okay? So you see I had my own lighting here. I have window lighting coming in. I have a little bit on my face, and then behind me there's a little bit of an orange behind, right? Well, this is the clip I showed you before. Look at it now. Look at the difference there. Number one, I'm popping a little bit more because I have the light angled on me, have a little bit of shadow on my face, and then I have this red beam behind me, and as well, the room is a little bit darker now. So what you're gonna do is you're going to put your video in. You are going to go to basic at the top right, and then you're going to start scrolling down. This is where you're going to notice you're going to see a lot of different AI little plugins that is already there, like stabilizing it, reducing the image noise, AI remove, optical flow, all this stuff, right? And this is where we use that eye contact as well. If you haven't checked that video out, go check that out. But we're going to use this one right here, Relight, okay? Now, don't get confused. A lot of people go over to retouch. Do Relight, because this is the lighting that's going to change. So I'm going to click this on. Now I can either do the facial features, which we'll get to that in a second, or I can do the ambiance behind me, okay? And that's what I'm going to focus on now. So what I did for this video to get this look right here, I first clicked the red and blue. So you can see already, you're like, whoa, look at that. Like, look at even the purple here, and it has the purple on my face. And if I play it, you can see it looks like I have the purple shining off my face, right? Now that's a little bit too extreme. I wouldn't use that much, but these are just like the templates that are already there, okay? Even that, a little bit of light from the side, looks like it came from the window and it's right on me, okay? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this one here. Now, if you scroll down, this is where you can change all of that. So for example, I'm on light 2 right now, which is the blue. If I wanna change that to red, actually, let's do a different color just for this example. Let's do like a purplish. Let's go in there, okay? So let's say I want to do this color. Now the cool thing is I can drag this to where the light is brightest, okay? So like if I put it out here, it kind of just comes in. I can put it a little bit behind me so I can highlight myself a little bit, and it looks like it's coming off the floor. I can put it up here. I can really put it wherever, or I can just kind of keep it in the corner coming off like this. Now I can change the intensity if I don't want it to be as bright, if I want it to be brighter. I'd probably go somewhere in the middle, somewhere in there. But again, I'd probably give myself a little bit of a glow behind so you can kind of see it's coming behind me like this. But again, I can change that intensity as much as I want. I also don't want it to be too distracting. So what I would do, I'm going to go with probably somewhere in there. Turn a little bit of that intensity down. Maybe move it up just a hair. Something kind of like that, okay? Now, I can also change the distance. So if I want that radius to not be as much, I can move it around just like this and kind of see where I want it. Okay, I'm going to keep it right there. Now this is a thing that I noticed. So brightness, originally I thought the brightness would be just for that. This actually adjusts the whole background, okay? So not just the one side, the one color, but it's both of them. So at first, kind of set that to where you want to keep it, and I wouldn't really move it much. So I'd probably keep it somewhere in there. I don't want it too dark. It's probably around 40. Okay, and I'm gonna leave the rest. All right, now, okay, I wanna change that other side. I can either keep that same color, or I can do a different color, or I can stick with that purple. So I'm gonna stick with the purple, except I'm gonna turn that intensity down so it's not as bright. I can put it right behind my chair so you can kind of just see it a little bit glowing out. I don't have to have it super bright like this. So I'm just having a little bit so it doesn't look like it's mainly coming from there. And again, I can change that radius on it too. I can change the distance as well. And again, maybe add a little bit more intensity and put it like up in there, something like that, okay? Next, I'm gonna go to light 3. And now this is where I'm going to start focusing on my face and the shadowing on it. So on light 3, what I'm gonna change here is the object. So you can see it's on people, so it's on me. If I had it on the background, it's doing the background now, or I could do it on both of us. I just want on just me, not the background. Okay, now, color-wise, if I wanna add maybe like a yellow a little bit, right? I just drag it over here, and then watch, if I turn some intensity up, you can kind of see where it's coming from. I can have it on this side of my body. I got to turn this radius down a little bit in the direction. So you can see how it's bringing almost like a shadow on my thing now, so you have more light coming from this way. Now, I have purple in there, so I probably should have the purple. So I'm gonna go to the purple instead, somewhere in there. Then what I'm gonna do, probably gonna put it on this side of my face. Bump the intensity up a little bit, probably move it, something like in there. Okay, now, I'm doing this to over accentuate my face, that way I have a little bit of shadowing going on. So I can, again, you can see I have this here, I can turn it up. Now I have a really bright light. I don't want it that bright. I just want a little bit because I want it to look real. And I can change that radius too. But here's where the magic happens, is you got to do it to both sides. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to add another light. This light's going to come over here. This light I'm going to do more of like a yellowish, but I'm just going to take that gradient down. I'm going to also do the direction of it. I'm going to put it to people, so it's just me. I'm seeing that intensity down a little bit. So you can start seeing now I have like light coming in from this side a little bit more. I'm going to turn the radius down, take the directional down a little bit. And now you can kind of see how it changes, right? If I bump the intensity, you'll really see it. Yeah, so see, it looks like a lot of light's coming in from this side. Now it's creating a shadow on the other side. So now it looks like I have that studio light on me. I'm going to turn it down a little bit though, because I want it to look more natural. Don't want it to look too much. Something like in here. Something like in there. Okay, so now, if I play it, I mean, it looks like I have that natural light behind me. And if I think maybe the purple's too much, I can tone it down a little bit, okay? Or I can change the direction of it. Maybe I have the light coming out from the corner over here. Maybe I have it up here, you know? You could even, okay, like watch this. I can even keep this here. I'm going to go back to keeping it here. I can keep this here, turn that intensity down just a little bit, so probably something like that. But then what I can do, let's say I want to add another light. I want this one to be a directional is fine. I want it to be a background, and I want this one to be like this, yellow. Now what I'm going to do, hang on, work with me now. Now what I'm going to do, bump that intensity, hang on. I'm actually going to take it to a point, so it's just that point. If I want to add it up in there, I can add it up in there. So now it's almost like that top part has a little bit of a light to it. And maybe, let's take that radius down. There we go. Now bump the intensity, radius, intensity, distance. There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, there we go. So you got to kind of toy with it just a little bit. But now it kind of looks like I have a light up there as well, going up on the shelf, like that. So let's go look at the original, guys. So I'm going to drag this back in. Now we're going to look at the differences between the three, right? So we started here. This is exactly where we started, okay? Not bad. I have the shadow depth of field from the camera. It's not bad quality, but it's just plain white. Right? There's no really lighting because I shot this in the daytime, right? Maybe you shoot in the daytime and you want it to look better because you want it to look like you shot it at night. So you go to something like this. Here's the red, okay? And let me play it so you can kind of see how it looks. Doesn't look fake or nothing. Looks clean, okay? And then maybe I want a different vibe. Maybe I'm here and I want something like this. And it looks like you just have lights behind you like I do here. It's the same thing. And the more you play with this feature, the more you're going to get out of it, and you're going to find your own style. And then eventually, once you find your own style, you can just keep replicating that and kind of keep it as a template. And then you're just going to be using the same thing every time you shoot your video. This is going to be your edit process. That way your studio look in every video is the same. Now, I mentioned earlier, another one of the features in here I use is the eye contact. So for example, if I was looking a different direction, but I still had my body facing the camera, but my eyes are looking a different way, it'll auto correct my eyes to looking at the camera. So it looks like I'm looking right at the viewer. It's a crucial feature to use, especially if you're reading a script. So I did shoot a video on how to add that in CapCut, whether you're on mobile or desktop. If you guys want to check that out, go over here to this video right here, and I'll see you there.